All right, so we're back, and now we're gonna go into the spoiler review of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, this is a film that I've waited for, obviously, since the last one, but I was hoping, and we'll get into that. The only thing we'll start with are positives. Now, for me, I've seen it twice, actually, you could say 3 times almost, and I enjoyed the ride. I came out feeling like an adrenaline rush, but then when I sat back, I had huge problems with it. So at the end of the day, what else can you say about the positive? Because to be honest, that's basically the only thing I walk out of.
I think it was an entertaining movie. You know, that's what I think. I think it was an entertaining movie. When if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, I totally get it. Like it doesn't go with the story very much. It's just like a filler movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like yeah. I mean, I think I was entertained by it. It wasn't. It just. I expected a lot more though.
Okay,
Yeah.
not for you. I mean, what can you say about the film ultimately in the positive?
I mean, it looked nice. And you know what I'm saying, but besides that, it like I had to like actually I pulled out some positives from the movie, but I had to like really kind of like pierce at them in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, they did this so that you know, this could happen later on and be explained, because, or I don't know if we're talking about.
No, we're going full spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
Spoilers.
so the whole thing.
Spoilers. I mean,
so the
I'm
whole
going
thing
into
with
details.
so the whole thing with you know, Rain and this dude, Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah. When they're doing the whole seeing each other and that whole thing, that's why I would think Luke is able to do what he does at the end. You know what I'm saying? And that explains that whole scenario.
Okay,
to me,
so
that power
okay.
was always there. Like, you know what I'm saying, that you're able to do that, like across a whole freaking wherever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and that's it. Oh, and the general that we talked about, she
Laura Dern's character.
yeah, Laura Dern.
Okay.
She you know what
Her
I'm saying?
sacrifice. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That's it.
I like how she played out, but yeah, we'll talk about her as well in a second. Okay, since we covered that, and to be honest, even though I like to be a positive person, I can't really be in that optimistic way when it comes to this movie, because to me, there's a lot of things that I felt like this director kind of just threw away the last movie and even the whole saga and the universe that's been created in the past. Because one problem I definitely had was how he literally dealt with the ending of Force Awakens by, of course, as you've seen, Luke Skywalker just chucking the lightsaber. So to me, that was a direct disrespect, because that was the ending of the movie. And yet when it came back here, instead of even showing the original circular shot that everybody talked about, I felt like we walked away being like, okay, he's trying to say this is his own beast, and yet to me it felt like, again, he was disrespecting it. So what do you think about at least that opening scene?
Oh,
like,
I was like, what? Like Luke Skywalker is gonna be like,
I agree.
Yes,
he's gonna be like,
what?
He's gonna be like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that? That's like some like, that would be like the how you call it, of a scene that somebody would do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're when you make like when you recreate something to make it funny. Like,
okay, gotcha.
That would be what somebody would do.
Yes.
To make that, it wouldn't be something in a movie like Star Wars or a character Luke Skywalker, like Luke Skywalker would. He wouldn't do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what you talking?
Yeah, I hated it. It was like something that was like I expected them to do it a better way, even in The Force Awakens, the way they did it.
Okay, that's true.
Like, I wanted something to happen, like when she handed it out, for it to like shake, like he was gonna take it with like the Force or something like that, and then they would have went. They could have went black and then went to credits, and that would have left it off like really hardcore. But like, but when she just handed it off to him, he just threw it over his shoulder. Like, what is it? What was that? It was very disappointing.
Yeah.
I really was hoping for something there, and it was nothing. So.
And I felt like, yeah, you're right. It was kind of like disrespectful to like the last person who had the film, which was
J.J. Abrams, yes, which is gonna finish the trilogy now.
That's good, yeah. So I think he kind of like, he's like, I'm gonna throw this whole movie out the window, like, you know, kind of thing. And he's just,
Yeah, to me, it was a lot of empty promises, like whether it was Kylo Ren's mask just being destroyed within the first scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, of course, I don't know if you guys, what high hopes did you have for Rey's parentage? Because at the end of the day, you could clearly see how he basically chucked that as much as Luke chucked the lightsaber. He chucked the origins of it.
Can I say this? I think it's still. I feel like it's still open ended.
Yeah.
Now that's a beautiful thing, because even I walked out the second time with my brother, and that's exactly what he said. Which most people aren't seeing it that way. They think it's a closed door. Like,
no, but he could be
you're
lying to her.
100%.
And it's not even that he's lying to her. He could be seeing what
That's
he's
another
seeing,
thing,
but
yes.
it's like
'Cause
you
that's my
don't
argument.
always see
And
exact.
it can't be clear.
Exact
It's not clear.
clarity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be like some.
Because to me, I completely agree, because after the discussion that we had about it, it was about the fact that I was like, he couldn't be lying to her, because that's the whole point. He realizes that Snoke is this lying character and he's trying to find truth. But, like we said, after you see the scenes of they assumed that they were both going to turn to each other's side, realize that was that fight scene that we saw with the red soldiers that they fought against. And that's why they believed that. But guess what? They were wrong. So as much as the visions could be wrong, it's almost Game of Thrones style to me, where it's like Melisandre. You know what I'm saying?
It was just a cash cow. They just wanted to make money off of it. You know, it was like, I don't know. Not a lot happened in the movie. You know, it was just they wanted to, like, I mean, did they kill off Luke Skywalker? Is that the end of him? I mean, he's not coming back.
He'll come back, I feel, as maybe
as,
I don't know.
like
as a spirit, of course, Force Ghost.
Hey.
I do respect Puppet Yoda.
Puppet Yoda.
Respect
You
that.
know what? I respect Puppet Yoda.
Yes.
But that freaking that freaking laugh that he had,
was very
mad sinister.
devious, and this is the first time.
Y'all motherfuckers thought this tree was important. This tree ain't shit. I'ma burn this shit. Like, yo, that's messed up. Like, they made a whole religion around this thing. And look, making fun of you type.
Yeah, because to me, Yoda's always been that innocent character, like the nice grandpa that's gonna, that's there for you. But at the end of the day, it was like, hold on. What is his intentions here? He's burning the bush and basically giving like this mischievous laugh that I'm like, hold on. Now I'm starting to second guess who he's been his entire, in everything, including even the Clone Wars.
Exactly. But everybody loved Yoda, and it was just
of course.
I know.
And like you're saying, Frank Oz came back, the puppeteers.
I'm not saying the script was all good. I'm just saying, like, the puppet Yoda.
Oh yeah,
like it wasn't CGI.
Yoda. No, I like that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But to me, another thing that, again, to me, I want to go on the trend of how he, to me, flipped everything that was presented in the past film. Like, another issue that I had was the love story that, to me, was, at least in my eyes, created, I don't know about you guys, but in Force Awakens, I felt like Finn clearly had feelings for Rey.
Oh, Dammer. Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
True indeed, possibly with the whole hug and the whole jacket and thank you for sharing this with me. True indeed, I see that. But to me, at least, there was a clear thing that Finn was lying to Rey because he didn't want to embarrass himself. Instead, just like a guy that is into a girl in any romantic comedy tries to make himself sound bigger and better, he basically lied to her throughout the whole movie and even had BB-8 backing him with the thumbs up, going, you know what, I feel you, I'll help you out through this journey. And to me, they threw that out the window again. And again, to me, it's with that character that we talked about, which that she was just terrible throughout the thing, no matter what. I don't know how you guys felt. Did you actually see that from the original? Like, meaning with Rose, to me, obviously, in this story, he threw out the love story and said, "Oh no, Rose is the new picture for Finn." Even by the end, where she kisses him, and to me, it's really signified when at the very last scene where Rey is looking at Finn, but Finn runs to Rose to take care of her.
I like Rose's character.
Yes.
I don't like. Yeah,
I didn't like where that when it came out of nowhere.
It came
It had no background to it. It was just
and with that being said, I'm sorry to like transition like this, but what the fuck was that whole casino part? What was the point of that shit? Was it just to show all these little puppets? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the bar scene type shit?
They were trying to like...
to that, but
it's a throwback. It's a throwback.
Yo, that whole situation.
Like, this works, so we're just going to do it again, you know?
But they didn't even end up working out.
Yo, so they went there to get this dude... the guy that was playing at the table.
Yeah.
They went to get him because he was the only person. They needed this master cracker. And then all of a sudden went through all this shit, they get arrested, and then there so happened to be a master cracker that's in there.
DJ played by Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro.
That have the same capabilities as this mastermind that they needed.
I love Benicio del Toro.
No, I love him too, but it's...
I don't think that was his role. I think they should have put Lando right in that role. Billy D. Williams. Yeah. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's not working right now. Come on. Come on. He's available. You know, put him in there, man. People love him. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, to me, that character, DJ, completely represented trying to be Lando, but on the flip. Again, this movie was all about taking the past and trying to turn it on its head in pointless ways. Where he started as a character you can't trust. Yeah. Then he turns out to be like, oh no, here's the necklace back, this religious symbol of Rose. Yeah. Then for him to turn back to exactly what you expected of him. Right. He was supposed to be like a Lando, but he never became the good guy at the end of the day like Lando.
Oh, what? What's that? Yo,
Lando was a pimp.
Yeah, he was.
You know?
No, he's the man, of course.
Come on, man.
After that whole thing too, on top of that, there was a whole other thing with the movie. The longest spaceship chase ever.
Yes.
No, I mean the slowest.
Yes.
The slowest I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was
like, yo, this big ass ship is shooting this other ship is yo.
Yeah, the whole thing is
even in the first ones, they like had like amazing fights, like ship fight scenes and all that with the TIE fighters and the, you know, like it was really cool, man. They did this one. It was a little disappointing. You know?
Yeah, to me, that whole thing what you were referring to, it's disappointing without a doubt because the entire movie was a retreat. Yeah. It was a movie about them running away, whether it's at them telling Poe not to do what he does in the beginning and for him to learn the lesson at the end. Yes, we have to retreat. Literally, the entire movie is this big spaceship trying to outrun these little spaceships. The entire movie was about retreat. And to me, that's where I was like, there's hope within retreat. I felt like everything was this, let's fall back and rethink things. And that's what this movie was.
What kind of bitch move is that?
Well, I'll tell you what it is, because they're okay, like they are killing off all these characters so they can start new. So they can have younger people to continue it, you know, because they're getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what happened to Princess Leia. You know, like, I'll tell you the truth. Can we touch on the Mary Poppins?
Yeah, the Mary
thing?
Poppins.
You know, everybody always wondered, and even when Star Wars first came out, is if she had.
Force
like a force, you know, power with the force and all that, and you know, like this is it was very. I didn't like the way they revealed it. It was really
exactly.
I didn't like it, and you know, it's a shame that you know she died and all that, and you know, I'm curious what's gonna happen.
So they faked out her death just to still have to deal with her death again. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, it was that issue. And what's worse is that they even took out within that scene you're talking about one of the most important characters of all time. It's a trap. It's a trap. Yeah. And yet they just said, "Oh, he's dead."
Yeah, he's dead.
We don't see him die. It doesn't matter.
He's like
didn't it blow up?
Yeah, but we don't see him.
You don't see him die.
You don't see him in the shot. He's all in the back and he's in that ship, and they say he's dead. a character like that is not a character that should be in the background being shown die.
No, I thought he was like in the middle with a table and it blew up like in the back.
No, we see her in the foreground. Yeah. We can't see what's really in the back. We acknowledge that in one scene,
but you know he's on the ship.
He is all the way in the back, but yet
because you pay attention to that because he's a big character in Star Wars. 100%. As little of a character he is, he's a big character because he like became
that's why
like a meme type of thing or
they're trying to like start little buzzes. People like what I'm saying. Oh, yo, he's still alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
you heard some buzz?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You just
like
made that up.
Like that's why they do things like that. Just to mess.
You don't know.
The buzz starts here. On Watch It, Ralph.
He's an alien. All those gills, he could go through space and survive.
But no, I'm sorry to bring this back up, but I don't understand what kind of lesson is that to teach people.
What?
To run away. All the
whole movie is
the whole thing is run away. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand if it's just the beginning, but right. I mean, like yes, it's cool to do, but like throughout the whole movie, throughout the whole thing,
running away.
Is I guess that's
and
the
then
smart
and
thing.
then not even confronting at the end too. Like this dude didn't even confront any.
No confrontation.
No confrontation.
None.
No, of course, yeah. If you're talking about as we all know, Luke Skywalker. To me, in any story, a character that is the hermit. You could even go to Dark Knight Rises or any story that someone is coming to him from the beginning to say, "We need your help."
Yeah.
And guess what? Sooner or later, that character's supposed to go, you know what? I'll show up and save you. And yet, yes, he showed up as a Force ghost, meaning he died still staying on the island. He never actually left. He actually stayed in his own, like on a mountaintop and said, even told Kylo Ren, you know what? I'll see you around. Which to me, the whole movie theater, when I saw it, cheered. And then literally a minute later, he just falls to the side and becomes a Force ghost, and Rey and Princess Leia go, he's gone.
Yo,
he's gone.
He's gone.
What? My problem with that too was that like the whole escape plan from the cave thing was because he came from somewhere. Oh, Luke came in from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's why some way, like, you know what I'm saying? They were following that path. Yo, that was some bitch ass shit from Luke's ghost, man. From that hologram to come in and put inside their heads that there is a way out that way. Yeah. What if there was no way out?
You're right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? What if they all like hopeful and shit,
and they follow through that hole, which is true.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Unless the crystal dogs, they're like maybe the Force or some shit. Maybe the beautiful. Creatures. Oh, they're beautiful.
Beautiful creatures.
Yeah, crystal dog. Who wouldn't want a crystal dog?
Yeah, me neither. Or one of those little penguin.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
that this dude he cooks two of them, but then he's like friends. He adopts a whole bunch of
like to me.
My brother said he's the one that brought that up.
The one thing I'm wondering is it's okay. The one thing I'm wondering by the end of the movie is, are these porgs really plotting to kill Chewbacca? Is that really why he's even on the wheel and trying to like steer him to his death? Because why would they go, you know what? We're with you. After you killed my brother and maybe, who knows, my father and mother, you know what? Thank you for letting me join this journey. And to me, that was one of my biggest problems as well. You're right. They literally brought this new little cute toy, just like a Ewok, but they did it in reverse because realized everybody talks about the Ewoks were going to eat the humans.
Yeah.
And yet now they did it in reverse where Chewbacca actually cooks them. It's funny because if the Ewoks would have actually cooked Princess Leia or Luke, do you think that Luke would have been like, you know what? Come on, guys. You could join us. No.
But they're so cute. Come on, man.
It's like Gizmo.
Who cares if they ate my sister?
Guys.
Talking about females, what do you guys think about the Captain Phasma situation?
Whoa.
That's. Let me hear. I want to hear more.
How did she die again? I can't even remember.
She got shot and like part of her mask came off, and you see her eye, and you can see that she's human underneath this chrome.
No, but then okay,
Like,
that
like this chrome suit that she has on, you know.
Then she falls in fire.
And then she falls.
it just the floor just breaks apart as she's just saying her last line, and she dies.
What's the last line?
She just says something like you'll always be trash, or you'll always be something to Finn, saying that you're always garbage no matter what, something like that.
Because he worked
in sanitation.
He worked in sanitation. Whoa!
Even though now he knows everything.
That hurts deep because he hated that job. You know.
Which to me, the whole point of view to me of like someone like Rose, or even we're talking about sanitation, he was meeting Rose so she could introduce him to how the world is really like, dealing with the lower class, dealing with poverty, and yet Finn was the lowest form of the stormtroopers. He was literally sanitation. So why does he need this perspective?
Right.
He's a guy that literally walks into the scenario going, hold on, I used to pick up their trash, and this is why I want to have fun. This is why I want to be in a casino and do the rides and do the thrills. And she goes, you don't know what? Let me show you the reality. And he's like, oh. Like, it didn't make sense to me in that way.
Yeah, that's true, because he would have known the reality. But I mean, like, well, he was like kind of like a drone, like you know what I mean, like a pawn. He was.
That's why he falls in love with everyone that he fucking meets.
That's why, yes. But and that's what made him such a weak character.
Jesus.
He just needs to meet a female, and he's like, oh, I'm head over heels with
you. Not female.
Just give me attention.
He fell in love with Poe Dameron.
You're right. Just anybody. You're right about that.
I'm very confident in that. I'm telling you, so excited.
They sure had so many moments. Yes.
So excited.
Hey, he embraced him even deeper than he embraced Rey in this movie. You're 100% right.
100%. Yeah. Suspect.
Yeah.
Like P. Diddy.
Suspect like P. Diddy, got you.
But yeah, I think, can we talk about Snoke?
Oh yes, of course. This is another moment where he basically disrespects the previous film.
Yeah.
Such a character that was meant to represent something bigger than life. Yeah. Even Andy Serkis tried to amp it up and say he's the strongest character of all time.
Yeah.
It's a bait and switch without a doubt. What would you say?
I was very disappointed the way he died. I think it was like terrible.
They even played it for jokes when Husk walks into the room, when this character walks into the room and he looks at the dead body with his mouth open on the ground, cut in half. It's literally played for humor. This movie literally disrespected what had come before it.
Yeah, it's like, what? Could have done that shit a long fucking time ago. That's all we had to do is let him have like a thing and just trickery. Out of here, man, with that.
Get out of here.
It would have been. He wouldn't have been there that long. I mean,
no, I understand.
but still, like, that's how I feel about it. Like, come on. But I mean, just because, you know, that I'm not like a super fan, so it's like more of like my perspective in the way that they treated it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about super duper fan. I'm a super duper fan of Star Wars. And to me, the biggest complaint that I would say is that, again, because it's trying to address it to the new generation in a different way, is Luke Skywalker's actions, explaining why he disappointed Kylo Ren to make him turn the way he did. When they do that flashback, which again didn't answer half of the questions we wanted when it came to the House of Ren, instead they showed that he's this flawed character that stood over him and actually contemplated possibly killing him. Even though, to me, the biggest thing about Luke is that he dealt with his father in pure faith and was willing for Darth Sidious to kill him before he actually even picked up the sword. But no, he sees this little child. Even though his father had killed so many people, he looks at this child's mind and goes, oh, you're capable of darkness, so I might strike you down. To me, that contradicted anything. And to me, I don't know about you guys, but to me, he represents almost... We could go in 1,000 different ways, but at least symbolically, he represents the Messiah. He represents God. And to me, God proved that faith is something that will be proven right within at least the original trilogy. But yet here, he loses faith like that and becomes flawed, which to me is a statement. I don't know about you guys, is a statement of what religion and at least beliefs have become. But to me, that's destroying what has come before it. Anybody that knew Luke from childhood praised him and loved him. I don't know, what was your favorite character ultimately from the previous films, would you say? Because to me it was someone like Luke. For me, I don't know, at the end of the day, if you liked...
I like
Yeah, got you. Han Solo, of course. Han Solo. Again, not a super duper fan, but I completely understand. To me, did he represent that to you in the past?
I fuck with Luke.
Han Solo was cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, she like, you know, Princess Leia's like, I love you. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
like,
He was the cool anti-hero to Luke's purity.
Yeah,
and yet here he's flawed like that. It just I had so many problems with that. So many problems with that. So to me, ultimately, let's cut to the chase. What would you guys give this movie? Because we've gone through it in depth. What would you personally give?
Stupid?
If you...
I'm gonna go...
force you to give me...
You're gonna force me? Are you gonna twist my arm? Well, then it's gonna be...
Stupid.
That's how it's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like I told you, I enjoyed the ride. I felt like at least the adrenaline rush when I walked out, but I just hated every decision. But if you know me, I tend to try to at least acknowledge what the movie tried to accomplish, but definitely failed. So to me, I would give it...
Stupid?
And trust me, it's been going down because, again, the moment I walked out the first time, it was higher. The second time, it was a little bit higher. And then by the third time, I was like, no, this movie has problems.
And what's up with Poe, man? Yo, I forgot about this shit. He's always just want to blow shit up.
Yeah.
Yo, let's blow it up.
He became a one-note character.
Didn't you just learn that? Yo,
literally.
Come on, man. Get out of here.
It's like, that's how we destroy it? Let's blow it up.
Yeah. See, we can't stop. There's so much to say and so much to hate. Thank you guys for joining us.